Hi, and welcome to Gittel Talks About Books, a series about books talked about by me, Gittel Hesselberg. We're going to start this series with this book, The Confession by John Grisham, a wonderful book. Like many of Grisham's book, it's very exciting. This book begins with a man, Travis Boyette, who walks into the office of Pastor Keith Schroeder in Missouri. And he tells Pastor Schroeder about something in Texas. There's a young man named Dante Drum who's on death row, scheduled to be executed in just a few days. But Dante's innocent. How does Travis know this? He doesn't exactly say. But later on, he does confess. He is the one who killed Nicole Yarber, not Dante Drum. Dante is innocent. This begins a mad rush by Travis and Pastor Keith to get down to Texas to try to stop the execution. That's not going to be so easy. First of all, it's Texas. Texas likes to execute people. Second of all, we have the police detective. He doesn't want to admit that he got a confession out of Dante by depriving him of sleep and lying about the results of the lie detector test. The prosecuting attorney doesn't want to admit that he got the conviction by sleeping with the judge. It was a scandal at the time, but not enough to overturn the conviction. The governor isn't going to offer a stay of execution because it's Texas and he wants to be reelected. The star witness from the trial isn't going to admit that he lied because he wants to feel important. And besides, now he's afraid he'll be convicted of perjury. So it's up to Pastor Keith and Travis to prove that Dante is innocent. From the beginning, Dante has always maintained that he did not kill Nicole Yarber. But nobody believed him, except his lawyer, Robbie Flack, and of course, Dante's own family. So now they have to get evidence. The best evidence would be if Travis could take them to where he buried Nicole. Everybody believes that Dante killed her and dumped her into a river. And every year, on the presumed date of her death, her mother holds a vigil at the riverside and a prayer meeting. But Travis said, no, I didn't throw her into a river. I buried her in Missouri. It's not easy to get all the equipment needed and the manpower to go to Missouri to dig up Nicole's remains. And that's if Travis is telling the truth and he really did kill her and the remains are really there. And we don't really know for sure. It's an exciting book as we see this mad rush of Pastor Keith and Travis down to Texas to try to stop this execution. Along the way, Pastor Keith learns about what capital punishment really is like. And he gets the chance to witness an execution, something that will change his life forever. I was thinking about this book this week because of Melissa Lucio. Melissa Lucio is a woman on death row in Texas. She was scheduled to be executed today. Thank God she got a stay of execution. Not always easy in Texas. Many people believe she did not kill her child, that the child died as a result of an accident falling down the stairs 2 days earlier. There's evidence that shows that the child was not abused and the injuries were consistent with a fall down the stairs. Melissa Lucio has maintained her innocence this whole time. Her family has maintained her innocence, and they have fought to get her a new trial. Now it looks like it might happen. Maybe she will be lucky and she will get a new trial, even in Texas. And she will be able to prove her innocence. Her case is being handled by the Innocence Project, a wonderful organization that has helped to free many people who have been on death row, awaiting their appointment with the needle. I hope for the best for Ms. Lucio. But back to our book. I highly recommend this book, The Confession by John Grisham. It's not a new book. He wrote it, copyright 2010. So the book is about 12 years old, but it's still a good book. Timeless. And yes, it's a novel. It's not a true story, but it will make you think. Are you in favor of capital punishment? Are you against capital punishment? Whichever way you lean on the issue, this book will have you thinking about your position. Maybe it'll change your mind, maybe it won't, but at least you will give it some thought. That is our book for today. Please join me next week when we look at The Last Voyage of Mrs. Henry Parker, a lighthearted look at a serious subject. Thank you for joining me and hope to see you soon. Goodbye. Happy reading.